The Plenary Scientific Session is one of the top highlights of the annual meeting, and we caught up with ASH Vice President Dr. Alexis Thompson, ASH Secretary Dr. Stephanie Lee, and presenter Dr. Kenneth Ataga prior to the Plenary Scientific Session for their highlights.
I'm very excited to be introducing Dr. Ken Ataga's abstract at the plenary session. This is an exciting time in sickle cell disease where we are seeing finally a lot of the advances that have occurred over decades now in understanding the pathophysiology of sickle cell disease are now entering the stage of late clinical trials. So Dr. Ataga will be presenting a fairly well-developed and really very elegantly designed clinical trial that looks at a potential new treatment for sickle cell disease.
I think these results have a significant potential to impact the treatment landscape. We anticipate and hope that at some point the drug will get approved by the FDA, and it will complement the treatment we have at this point. So as you may know, the only treatment we have for prevention of painful crisis in sickle cell disease is hydroxyurea. And so this drug is another drug to add to the armamentarium of treatments that we have. And so this drug will further improve the quality of lives of patients who have sickle cell disease.
In this abstract, Dr. George is going to report on 7 patients who received gene therapy, and it was sort of a next-generation gene therapy in the sense that the actual vector and the gene that was put in is a little novel. And they're going to report very, very encouraging results that are better than what we've seen before. So these results are very early, but I think it's very intriguing and very provocative. Dr. Sharp is going to talk about a big randomized trial in children who have acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And I think this is a very provocative abstract because it was over 1,000 children. They were randomized to get either the standard pretty intensive treatment or actually a less intensive treatment, with the idea that if these patients were otherwise going to do well, we might be able to save them from some of the late effects with intensive treatment. And I think these results are very provocative because it was a large number of patients, it was a huge effort, and as he'll be telling you, some of the results were not exactly as they expected. It turns out that de-intensifying therapy unfortunately does lead to some consequences. Dr. Marcus is going to present the results of the Gallium study. So this is, again, a very large trial. It was in adults who had lymphoma. And this study compares 2 different approaches to giving immunotherapy alongside standard chemotherapy. So again, a very big effort. And this study was stopped early after the interim results became available. And what the study will show was that a new agent actually looked like it led to longer progression-free survival than the standard agent. So this will be a very hotly debated abstract, I think. It might change practice, and I think it's great to have it finish off the plenary session because it really represents the culmination of both basic science leading to clinical trials to leading to definitive studies.